Welcome back, everybody. This is Glockman4519, and this is another ROM overview. This one here, as you can tell by the screensaver, or I guess I should say the wallpaper, is screwed. I did a video on this quite some time ago, back when I first discovered the ROM, and I completely forgot about it. It's not like this ROM is in the XDA thread, so you really need to be or have a subscription or be a member of the Google Plus community to figure this out. I had one of my subscribers send me a nice message telling me that it was updated a little while back and that I should give it a try. So I did, and man, am I glad I did. I forgot just how much I love this ROM. This is, of course, it's an AOSP based ROM, which supports Signage and Mod's theme engine, which is, as you guys know, my favorite type of ROM. I think that is about the best build you can get is the AOSP base, because I like all the features of AOSP, including the long, uh, quick settings tab, as opposed to the real short one that you slide to the right, slide to the right. And it comes with the theme engine. God, I love this build. It's great. This reminds me of AOSP or AOSIP, Dirty Unicorn. Let's see, Pure Nexus Project, and so on. This is that type of ROM. I'm gonna try not to make this too long. I know my videos go long, guys. I do not edit. I'm sorry, that's just the way I do my videos. I did have a message to me about why I went so long here. Not too long. It was just a couple days ago, actually. And I tried to explain to them that, I don't do production videos like that you see on YouTube on the other channels. I do old school videos, like we used to do. You take a video on your phone, you just upload it. That's what I do. All right. This is, of course, for the Nexus 6. It is screwed. It is Android version 6.01. This does have the March 1st security patch in it. And I am running Blackbird kernel. And this kernel, he has two of them out. He has the upstream kernel, and then he has the 3.10.40. I am running the 3.10.40. That one seems to be the one I like better out of the two. Although they are both great kernels, I suggest you give them both a try and see which one you like better. This screwed version is the experimental version, and this is the 2016 3.15 build. Of course, the build number is MHC 19J. And I don't know if it has the RC build number or not. I can't see it. Anyways, I just love everything about this ROM. When it flashes, or when you flash it, matter of fact, I will go ahead and take the theme off of this so you guys can see what it looks like when you flash it. And we will just go right with the straight screwed theme. And I'll just do that in the status bar. I'm going to leave my nav bars the way they are. I like my Fire Pop nav bars. I'm going to go back home so I can set this theme. We're going to go here. I'm going to get rid of settings, messenger, and kernel auditor. And now let's go back into, this is what it looks like when you flash it, of course. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go right into, we'll run down through the developer options real quick. There's not a lot in here. It's kind of like Dirty Unicorn and Pure Nexus in that they have moved most of the settings that you would find in the developer options in their custom settings. But here are all the settings that you will find in here. And there really isn't very many in here that I use except for the ADB, USB debugging. That's the only one I really use in here, and I like the shortcuts and stuff like that. I think what we're going to do, here's security real quick. Basic, make sure you get your unknown sources ticked on. Sound and notifications. Here's where your other sound settings are. Now we'll go into display, and then we'll go to the settings that I like, and those are the custom settings. Of course, here's where you'd set up your ambient display. I have it disabled right now. You could just quickly enable it, and you'd get all kind of other settings. I have an issue when I put it in my pocket. My phone keeps coming on, so I don't use it. And of course, down on the bottom, you have your newly. I've noticed are pretty much in every Marshmallow ROM build now are the dashboard settings. I don't like those. I know other people do. I just like it. It just seems to me it's a lot easier to get around where I need to, right like this. As you can see, this is not CM based, but look, it has privacy settings. So this ROM comes with the blocked caller list in your app ops, just like a CM build would. Alright, and what we've all been waiting for are these screwed settings, but before we do, I think I'm going to go ahead and put my theme back on now, just so it shows a little better. I think I was running Flow Blue. And there we go. User interface. This is going to be where you have your status bar settings. These are all of your status bar settings, status bar icons, carrier label, all that. Screwed logo, really cool. Yes, I'm going to run with the screwed logo. You can actually have animated, no logo, or non-animated. I actually have the animated. I didn't really see any animation with it. I don't know what the non-animation looks like, but yeah, we'll go with that so you guys can see what that looks like. Then you have your brightness control. Here are your clock and date. What I like about this ROM, which I wish some of the other ROMs would do, is allows you to color it. I hate white in my status bar. Then, of course, you have all your other settings. You know, you can choose your task manager if you want it, breathing notifications, show notifications, battery settings. I have mine hidden right now because although the 3-minute battery mod settings is working, you guys can see I have them running up there in my upper right hand corner. It's only working for the offline battery icons. So what I did was I went over to the XDA thread for the 3-minute battery mod for the Nexus 6. I put in a request, so we'll see if they can build me a zip for this. I'm not sure if they can or not. If the ROM has it built in, they kind of have an issue with that. But let's hope, and if they do, I will let you guys all know where to go, where you can get that zip from, and who to thank for it. Now we have underneath that you have your header options, weather options, and the weather options for that is going to be to show weather in the status bar. Then you have your temperature, which, as you guys can see, I have it on. You can have it either show with scale, without scale, or don't have a show at all. And then you can pick your placement whether you want it on the right or the left. I like to have mine on the left-hand side. It just seems to work out better that way. Next up are your quick settings. This is going to be where you set up your quick setting tiles, add, remove tiles from that, and of course all of the other settings that go with that. Your tile configuration is going to be your very first one. As you can see, the theme I am running really enhances this. Really makes everything stand out. Now these are the settings that I used on here, and in order to add one, you just hit that button. These are the tiles that are left that you can add. As you guys can see, I have quite a few on there. I think I'm going to move to a different section. My grandson is watching some videos, so I will go back here. Let's see. You can enlarge your first row. You have your advanced location settings, number of tiles per row, all of that. These are the settings for that. Of course, you have your quick shade transparency, where you can set this up wherever you want it and have like a transparency effect to it, where you can actually see through it. When I'm running a theme, I actually use this a lot. But when I'm running a theme like the theme that I'm running right now, I want to keep the theme at its fullest, so I don't have any transparency at all with that. Then we have our nav bar settings. This is where you're going to either, you can enable your nav bar or disable it. Although I always run with a nav bar. I know a lot of guys are using the fling gestures and that. That is in here, if I'm not mistaken. Um, your interface, I'm on navigate mode. You have your fling gesture if you want to use it. To be honest with you, I don't. I know if you tap on it, it kind of hides it. And in order to go back, you would kind of pull up from the side where the back is on, I guess. Um, it's kind of weird. I'm just not used to it. I imagine if I would just use it for a while, I would get used to it. But that's your fling gestures. And then, of course, you have your smart bar settings. This is how you can set up your smart bar. And those are all the settings for that. Then under that, you have your advanced, and of course, this is for pulse. If you guys know anything about that, from what I understand, it is basically an equalizer. It kind of shows a little visual effect when you're playing music on the bottom. You can color it, do what you want with that. Then, of course, you have your bar size. Right now, it is at max 128%. And then you can switch it over to left-hand mode if you want. Um, Under the nav bar, you have your recent settings. You have your immersive recents. I love the full screen. That's how I do it. Of course, you could have status bar or nav bar only. That depends on what you like and how you like to have your phone set up. You can have it with the search bar and memory bar, one or the other, or none. Clear all button, if you want it, it's there, and it does give you um, a choice of where you want to run it, right, left. If you don't want to run it at all, which is again, guys, this is why I like Android. You have the choice. Some of the other big name phones out there, you don't have that choice. You run what they give you, pretty much. Um, let's see. Your alternate panels, they do have the Omni Switch. I was playing with that. Omni Switch does work. I didn't go into slim settings at all because, to be honest with you guys, I don't use slim. To me, I think it's slim in my opinion, and it's only my opinion, guys, my preference. To me, it looks KitKatty, and that's a step backwards. There are some things about KitKat I like, but the recents were not one of them. I am more. I love the recents in the lollipop and the marshmallow builds. More of that Rolodex. That's my opinion, my preference. And believe me, don't let anybody kid you. Your preference, your opinion is the right opinion, and don't let anybody change that. That's everybody's different, and you gotta like what you like, guys. Next up is the battery bar. This is where you can actually run with a battery bar if you want. You just pick your location. You can actually just shut it off, not run with it at all if you don't. And of course, you can color it. Then you have your animations. This is something that I don't use. The only animations that I use is what's called scrolling animations. That is basically for your anything that's scrolling, big long lists, like say the XDA thread. If you're scrolling down through their list of forums, I mean they've probably got 300 different forums on there, and it takes a while to scroll the bottom. That which was called scrolling modifier, which I think is an XDA or a listen to me. It's an exposed module, but they actually hard coded it into some of the ROMs back in KitKat days. And I actually found a couple Marshmallow ROMs that have it early on. Now, I don't see it anywhere now, so apparently nobody's using it at all. So, but these are your animations. I don't use them, but they do have a ton of them here. So feel free to look through them, pick and choose what you want. Then, of course, you have your gesture anywhere. This is another feature I don't use, but I think it's really cool. I know a lot of people that do use this feature. They completely navigate their phone with gestures, which is cool. Again, man, this. It's just I love all these new features. Although gesture anywhere is not new, but it's just I love it. Then we have your app circle bar. This is one of my favorites. I do not have it set up. It's very simple to do. You turn it on. You go to your included apps. You just kind of pick and choose what you want. I'll go with alarm, 3-minute battery, browser, AZ screen recorder. We'll throw a calendar camera in there. By the way, that camera is from the Fluence builds. I happen to pull it out. If you use App Extractor, you can actually pull that camera mod out of the Fluence ROM and just install it like a regular normal app, and it works great. I love that camera. The one underneath that obviously is the One Plus One camera, or the Next camera. I kind of like that one too. It works sometimes, kind of off and on. Pick and choose just a couple here. I'm not going to set it all up. I just kind of want to show some people out there that are new, that haven't seen me do this before. I'm going to show you how to set this up and what it looks like. Then after you put your included apps, you want to go with your trigger width. Set that up however deep or far out you want it. Then is your position. I usually go somewhere around like that, right around where my power button's at. And then when you touch that, then you have a quick access to all those apps that you put in there. Now I am going to shut it off for the rest of the video. I don't want to inadvertently hit it. After app circle bar, then you have, of course, your Pi control. If you guys are into Pi control, I know I used to be a long time ago, back in Jelly Bean, Kit Kat days. Anymore, I don't use it at all. But it is there. I'm guessing it works. I haven't seen any complaints on it whatsoever. I'm not even sure. There it is. There it is. Oh. Yeah, you just kind of come in from the side. That's your Pi. If you guys are really into, into using that, go out. And of course we're back. So it does work. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off so I don't inadvertently hit that again. And then of course on the very bottom, last one on the user interface is your LCD density. You can change it. I happen to like 560. That is about my target or perfect setting. That's where I like it at. Then under that you have your system. This is where you're going to set up your power menu. Of course you have your advanced reboot. You can turn it on or off. You have your show power menu in your lock screen, reboot menu. These are all of what you want to choose to have on your menu. Right now I have have all these turned on. A couple of them not, and I have my on-the-go alpha set to. Whoops. I have my on-the-go alpha set to about. It's almost, you can almost see through it. Or no. That's I'm thinking of something different, guys. Duh. Boy, did I have a brain fart on that one. But anyways, and then under that you have battery light. You can choose how you want your lights to show whenever you're charging. That is on there. If you go back, you can go into your notifications. And of course, this is going to be where your smart pull down, you can have that on or off. Your quick pull down, I love that quick pull down. You pull down from the right side, it opens up your quick settings completely. If you pull down from your left side, it just opens up your notifications, which that I like. Then of course you have your heads up notification if you want to run it. There it is. I don't run heads up. I don't like it. It's intrusive. But that's just my opinion. I'm just glad the feature is there. I'd rather the feature be there and me not use it than me want to use it and it not be there. And you could, of course, you have your filter notifications. You guys can get in there. Once you turn heads up on, and you're going to start getting a lot of notifications. You can filter them out. Then you have force expanded notification, which I don't use. And then you have your flashlight notification, which if my flashlight's on, I'm going to know it. And then you have your notification lights, and this is how you set up your notification lights. Quickly, for those of you that don't know how, you just basically press and hold the color. Then you get in there, set it to what color you want. Right now I have 00FF00, which is basically this color green. I click OK, and then it's all set up and done. And as they say, Bob's your uncle. Good to go. Somebody mentioned something about me saying Bob's your uncle on XDA the other day, and it was that really dates me, man. But hey, I've actually heard that on videos just recently. So, of course, the people were from the UK, not from America like me. And that's pretty much it for the notifications. Then you got your sound and volume. This is going to be where you're going to set up your rocker panel, of course. And this is, with the exception of your camera shutter and stuff like that, and your safe headset volume, your top is going to be pretty much all for your volume keys, and mainly for music, people that listen to music and stuff like that. Then underneath that you have your IME options, and this is going to be basically your keyboard options, stuff like that. This is going to be where all that is going to be at, for your arrow keys and stuff like that. And then miscellaneous at the very bottom. Now this is going to be your multi-window. your toast icons, and your lock screen clock, which is your widget. You can set that up. I'm pretty sure I already have mine set up. Yeah, I have light green, light orange is my colors. And of course, under your weather panel, if you've got to choose some kind of location in here, either let the map choose it for you, auto locate, or you put a location in, or you're not going to have a temperature in your upper left hand corner if you chose that option. Guys, that is it. Woo, that was a mouthful. Um, that is Screwed. It's an awesome ROM. I can't believe I forgot this ROM was even out there. I'm going to leave it on my phone for a while. I like it. Now I'm going to give you guys another little tip. Movie Stone just released his Fluence HD patch, and I didn't want to do a video on it because I wanted you guys to see this ROM, Screwed, the way it is. This is how the developer intended it to look. That's the way I'm going to do the video. But I will tell you this, I flashed the HD Fluence patch on this, and man, does it look and sound great. So, just an option. If you guys are, you like the Fluence, if you like the Fluence ROMs like I like, but you love the customization of these ROMs like Dirty Unicorn, Screwed, the Nexus, Pure Nexus Project, Bliss, AOSIP. You can have your cake and eat it too, man. Grab that Fluence patch and go to town because he has his instructions on flashing them. But I'm going to tell you, if you're already running the ROM to begin with, and you meet his prerequisites, which means you got the ROM flashed, you're running open gaps, and you have SuperSU 270 or 2701 running, all you got to do is flash patch 1 or patch 0 and patch 1, and you're good to go, man. So that's it. Well, guys, I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I really appreciate it. It's growing and growing. Again, I never would have thought I had this many subscribers. I want to apologize again for me having such long videos. I like to be thorough, guys. That's just the way I am. I can't think of anything else. Hop on over to my Google Plus community page. Make sure you go through that. If you have a suggestion on a ROM you want to have done, just like this, this here was a suggestion. Throw the suggestion in there. Send me a PM on XDA. Whatever you want to do. I'm fine with that. I will answer you, and I'm up for flashing anything at any time. So what the heck. Until I see you on the next one, you guys all take care.